Hello everyone. So today we are going to work on this items menu, camera transition, and the UI animation. So here you can see when I go to the items menu, items page, here you can see the items appear in the screen, and also we go to the front view of the character similar to the game Expedition 33, and when I press back, we go back to the actions page with the previous camera angle that we have. So here we are going to set up the camera rig for the front view, and we are going to work on how to blend that as we switch to the items menu through the camera director evaluator class and the gameplay camera system. And also we are going to add these UI animations and sync with the camera transitions. Right, so before we get started, let me remind you that here is the full playlist of this project. Everything is implemented from scratch and explained. You can follow these episodes and implement everything by yourself too. And also you can download the project files of full project from my Patreon page. Not just this project, once you become a member, you can access project files for all thousands of projects I have done in my channel. So yeah, feel free to check it out. I'll leave links to everything in description below. Now let's get started with today's episode. Right, so this is what we have worked on so far. We have skills and we have aiming mode with a different camera, and then we started working on the items, and here we get the items menu as well, but we have the same camera angle. So we are going to add we want to add a new camera similar to Expedition 33. So to add a camera, here camera, under camera, this CDE based camera directive evaluator, this is where I change the cameras. And as you can see here, for items I haven't added the camera, so we need to add a new camera rig. And the way to add a camera rig is go to gameplay and camera rig, CA items, let's call it. Now if I open this, first I'll add a sequence node, and then I'll add a boom arm. So the boom arm should be in front of the camera, in front of the character. Therefore, let's start with something like 0.75. Yeah. And I do need to set the field of view to 90. And then let's add an offset node. But right now we don't need to add anything here. Let's first see how this turns out, and then let's modify this translation or especially rotation. And I don't think we would need anything else for now. So this is the items camera, and here in this camera director evaluator, I'll add a new activate camera rig and choose CA items. Right. Now here in the UI, when we go to the items menu, I have this function called where when this widget is activated, I can call this function to set camera mode. Here I choose items. Right, now let's see how it looks. Press Y. So yeah, so it's looking forward direction, and that's not the way I need it. So here, translation, rotation, roll page. Yeah, let's add 180 here. Okay, now this is looking at the camera character from the front. Now we are getting somewhere. So let's start modifying this. Let's first add, maybe this is too close. Let's make it 100. And let's add a translation offset, maybe 50. So we can move up the camera a little bit. Okay, we are getting somewhere. And we need to give offset horizontally as well. Should this be positive or negative? I'm not really sure. Let's see. Much of a change. Right, actually not along Y. It should be along X. It should be along Y. Yeah, definitely negative. Okay. Right, this is better. Actually, I was able to achieve a better angle by setting this to 210 and not having any translation offset at all. So this is how it looks. Right, now we go to Y. Yeah, this is better. And press B, we can go to the previous angle, press Y. So we are snapping here. So that is something we need to avoid. So to avoid that, let's add an enter transition. Camera rig transition and smooth blend. Smoother stuff. That's what we used for other cameras. P.4. Okay. It's too fast. Yeah, because we have a 180 angle. So maybe this should be a bit slower. Let's try. Yeah, maybe this is better. But the exit is too fast. Let's add an exit transition as well. It's a similar thing. Okay, I guess that's good enough, at least for now. Yeah. And also, let's add an animation here as well. So to have some smoother effect. Let me change the vertical pivot to 0. So then if I reduce this, yeah, it starts appearing like this. So initially I'll make it 0 and key that. Then 1, key that. So you should see something like this. Okay. In the unactivated, let's play animation. And I'll choose Ready. Yeah, that's better. And similarly, we could play this animation reverse, and have a small delay before we switch to the other screen when we go back. So like this. SB. Okay, it's much better. Okay, maybe this delay is too. Should be a bit. Should happen a bit quicker. See. Yeah, that's better. All right. So I added this transition here. I added this action camera transition before playing the animation because there is a delay so that the popping of all the actions synchronize properly. Let me show that here. Why? Now it would be better if these items appear as the character comes into this wave. So that is something I want to work on. But if I go back, see, now once the character comes into this view, these icons pops up. Okay, so adding this, add a delay after this set in the camera, and after 1 second we play the animation. But before this everything should be hidden. So like this, everything should be hidden. So to make sure that happens, we can let's change this. Let's set visibility hidden by default, and then as we play this, let's set visibility of cell to visible. Now, why? Yeah, much better. Okay, so that's all I want to do in this episode. And thanks for watching. As always, updated project files will be available for download in the Patreon page. Link could be in the description below. And let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next episode, and goodbye.